my Built 1000 Nation? How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another Watcher Wednesday. That's right. This one is titled, Are You Scared of Waterslides? I mean, I've never really thought about it, but kind of, yeah. What if the pool's empty whenever I get to the bottom of it? Would be so awful. All right, I'm excited to go ahead and get into today's story. If you guys are excited as I am, please go ahead. Turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, couple, something special. Let's get spooky.
Do you remember the thrill of going down a water slide as a child?
No.
The fear that morphs into excitement as you approach the light at the bottom?
I don't think I went down a water slide until I was probably 17. Yeah, fuck. That's pitiful. I mean, other than like you go to your like grandpa's and grandma's house and they got a pool and you go down that little slide. I mean like an actual like one of these water slides. I think I was like 17.
Of the tube? Now imagine that moment when you're in the tube concealed in darkness, being endless. Realizing your screams of terror can just as easily be misinterpreted as screams of joy. The proper assignment of which will be paramount in tonight's story. I'm Ryan Bergara, and this is Are You Scared? Don't look at it.
I looked at it.
A show where I tell my friend Shane Madej the internet's
Should we not look at it?
scariest stories.
I looked at it.
So lock your doors. Turn off the lights.
I looked at it. I looked at it
Let's
real
see if we
hard.
can make it till the end of the night.
We usually do.
The whirlwind.
We're brave. We got our big boy britches on today.
Despite the area being covered and offering some respite, the heat leaked into my clothes and I broke out in a sweat. It was one of the hottest days of summer by far. Unfortunately for me, that meant that Ocean Meadows was absolutely packed from open to close.
Damn.
My summer job as a lifeguard paid well, but sometimes dealing with the bratty kids and their annoying parents just was not worth the dough.
Summer jobs,
What
that was
did
so
make it worth
fun.
it was Savannah Williamson, the coworker I had a crush on.
It's getting thick up in here. 3 C's,
We
bruh.
already met, and it was already cute.
Or a wet cute, as they say around the pool.
The good old wet cute. It's like a meat cute except wet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Was I not clear?
Ocean Meadows owned 2 slides that stood side by side,
Damn.
and Savannah worked the one next to mine. My slide, known as the Whirlwind, was covered and steep. The other, which Savannah was assigned to, was a less intimidating open slide called the Gulf. Nothing particularly stood out during that morning. The park opened promptly at 9, and children of all shapes and sizes came barreling through the gates.
Oh yeah,
Savannah
guaranteed.
and I were stationed at our respective slides. The job was easy. If the kid met the height requirement, we'd instruct them to lay down with their arms crossed and send them down the slide. Allison, the lifeguard stationed at the slide's exit, made sure the children swam out of the way to safety before another hyperactive child came barreling down.
I was
Smart.
always jealous of lifeguards.
Why? They don't get to go down the slide.
They usually had a whistle just sort of hanging from their lips, and then they just do the...
Yeah, there's something about that too that makes them like more attractive / cool. Like it
Yeah.
adds a layer of that. To
It
the
was
base.
definitely a
that I don't
cool
give a
kid
shit.
thing.
Yeah.
I remember
Drown,
thinking,
son of a
like,
bitch.
yeah, they're all
Attitude.
cool.
That day,
It's
I
like,
was
man, that
halfway
motherfucker's
through
cool.
my
He's gonna let me drown.
shift.
Hell yeah.
Savannah and I made small talk about our weekend plans. I invited her to see a movie with me that Saturday, and to my delight, she blushed and agreed. Yet another teenager went down the whirlwind.
He's
without
her
a hitch.
lobster.
I watched him emerge with a giant splash, then motioned for the next girl in line to come up. A child, no more than 10, stood waiting for my signal. She came forward, positioned herself in the slide, and looked up at me. It's my first time doing this. I could see the fear in her eyes. I leaned forward. It's okay. It's a lot of fun. But it's dark and scary, and there could be monsters. Nothing bad will happen. And if there were a monster in there, it would have already eaten everyone else up, I joked. Her face remained deadly serious. She stopped to look
Most
around her
kids
surroundings
do.
before whispering to me, "Not just any monster, the monster." I didn't quite know what she was getting at, but I placed a hand on her shoulder. "It can't
Who
get
is
you
the
here.
monster?
You promise?" Her eyes looked trusting. "Promise." I held out my pinky and she offered her own, intertwining it with mine. After I let go, she did too.
Oh, this poor kid's gonna
Her
get eaten
body
by a
fell
monster.
into the darkness.
Make you a
of the
liar.
whirlwind.
This may be a nasty thought, but I was thinking it'd be funny if they gave her the go-ahead and she starts to go down the tube, and then just right as she pulls out, just to say, "You're gonna die."
Jesus
So she hears that.
Yeah, that would be a great. You should have been a lifeguard.
I should have. That's what I'm saying.
Then, silence. Not from
No.
those waiting in line.
No.
They all still buzzed with excitement. No shouts coming from the slide, from the girl. No anything. I looked down at the pool below, and it was crystal clear that the girl hadn't reached the bottom yet. Puzzled, I turned toward Savannah. "Has she come out yet?" I asked. Savannah's face filled with confusion, so I clarified. "The girl. Have you seen her come out of my slide?" Savannah shook her head, looking down at Allison, motioning for the next person in line to come forward. "No. Why?" "She's not out yet." "Dude, what's the holdup?" A man in line grumbled.
That's me.
What the hell's going on
Dude,
here, you
I got a
young
corn dog
punk?
down there waiting for me with my bros. What's going on here?
My nachos are
Dude,
getting
what's the holdup?
soggier than they
The man
already
in line
were.
grumbled. I've been waiting for 20 minutes. I ignored him. The girl still hadn't appeared at the bottom. I leaned down into the mouth of the slide and yelled, "Hey kid, are you still going down?" No answer. "Kid?" I called again. Nothing. What are the odds that this girl comes out the other end of that
ain't
slide?
coming out.
Or she comes down and it's just a skeleton?
Never to be seen again.
Just a
You're
skeleton.
just a skeleton in the same like swimsuit? Just arms crossed still?
Comes out an old
Turned
lady.
To Savannah. "Will you watch my line? Don't let anyone come down. I'm going to ride down and see where she is." Savannah smiled and nodded. I positioned myself at the slide's entrance. Laying on my back, I pulled myself forward with my arms. Strangely, I began to hear eerie whispers coming from the people in line right before going down. I careened down the slide's precipitous length, my body being thrown left and right in the darkness. I did my best to keep my eyes peeled for the girl, but it was useless. Warm water enveloped the entirety of my body as I zipped to the bottom. I finally exited the slide and flew into the pool, creating a huge splash.
Bragger.
You
Right?
were never that guy at a pool party, were you? When everyone was just chilling?
Well, I didn't like to be nasty about it and splash other people.
Yeah.
But if people were all like, "Let's see who can make a big splash,"
That's
then,
different.
Then I'm splashing.
But if I'm eating some poolside chicken tendies, the last thing I
I don't want some asshole
is some,
splashing my tendies.
Yeah, soggy tendies, no
Yeah.
good. Poolside tendies, oh.
Fuck. Almost as good as poolside nachos.
Oh, I haven't had that. That does sound messy.
You take those bad boys on the lazy river, they don't like you to do it, but you can usually get almost a full lap with some nachos before they catch you.
You bring nachos into a pool?
I'll
you
do what I
fucking
want.
animal?
I'll do what I
That's
want.
disgusting. dude.
Whatever.
I hope someone flips over your
You
inner
just
tube.
keep them on your belly. It's like God's tray.
I immediately locked eyes.
He's
with
not
Allison.
wrong. He's not
I
wrong
was
at
about
all.
to ask what was taking so long. Why haven't you sent a kid down in like 5 minutes? She asked, clearly annoyed. I did send one down, I answered, like a 10-year-old girl, but she hasn't come out yet. You're pulling my leg, Allison said. I'm not. She hasn't come out, and that's why I tried to look for her. She's just gone. That got her attention.
Fuck yeah.
Fear and realization dawned over Allison's face as she looked at my forehead, and then at the slide behind me. What? I asked. Are you bleeding? I don't think so. Your hair and your face, there's blood. With a shaking hand, she pointed at the whirlwind. I whipped around. Gradually, the water began changing into a light pink color. Then, to my horror, a darker pink. Jesus Christ, That's good.
Love that.
That's real good.
So
That's
now we're just getting some viscera spewing
That's some
out.
good imagery right there.
Yeah.
Getting grody.
The 2 slides were shut down immediately. Ellison radioed our boss, and I raced to help cut the water source. Savannah helped everyone exit the stairs in a somewhat orderly fashion. Panic swept over Ocean Meadows. Ellison, Savannah, our supervisor, and 2 other lifeguards joined us at the top of the slides, while an anxious crowd waited below. The once pink water had quickly transformed into a dark crimson. It became clear that the blood was streaming into the pool. The water
damn.
became impossibly murky.
But he didn't even go
Gave me
past her.
stomach ache. All right, listen up, our supervisor yelled. According to Michael, a child went into this slide, she motioned, and never came out. What is she, Rod Serling? Jesus Christ. According to Michael, a child went into this slide and never came out.
I assume they shut down the park at this point.
Well, at least that lagoon. You don't want anybody going down Blood Lagoon. Lazy River, probably fully operational. No one in the Lazy River has to know.
Nothing bad ever happens on a lazy river.
And let's keep
Nobody wants to go down a blood lagoon. So many dirty thoughts just came flooding into my head. Damn.
it that way.
Yeah.
We've shut the water off and a team
we've all kind of been there, though.
She continued. We've notified the police to help search for the child, but all of their officers are preoccupied. They said that they would send a patrol car over to investigate as soon as they can. Until then, we need to do everything we can to find this missing child. The supervisor paused, clicking her tongue to the roof of her mouth. We're attempting to locate her parents right now. As if on cue, an ear-splitting scream of a woman echoed from the crowd below. She was frantically repeating a name, it sounded like, and her movements were frantic and jerky. I watched as a lifeguard rushed to her aid. A sinking
Is this the mama?
feeling engulfed my entire body. The woman, unmistakably, was the girl's mother.
Fuck.
At that very moment, my supervisor's walkie-talkie crackled to life. The child's mother is here with me, the man on the other end said. She says the girl's name is Lily. As my supervisor answered him, the other lifeguards set out to shut down Ocean Meadows' operations. I heard the blares of a siren coming closer and closer, all because of this girl, Lily. I was the last person to see her, I realized. My supervisor turned to us. Now that it's dry, we need someone to search the slide to see if there's any sign of Lily there. Without a second thought, I shot up my hand.
It's not hygienic, I don't think, to get in a blood slide.
No.
I like that this guy is putting together that he was the last one who saw her. I'm imagining the mother being like, what were her last words? I'd be like, well, she was afraid the slide would kill her.
Yeah, that's true. And then the last thing I heard was her screaming. My supervisor nodded.
That would be
Tossed me a
fucking awful.
flashlight and a walkie-talkie.
I hope this is a
Savannah
false
squeezed my hand
story.
Before I began my journey down.
Don't let this be a
Hands
real
off.
one.
I methodically inched my body down the slide, doing my best to slow myself when needed. I firmly pressed my palms against the sides of the slide for support. The flashlight beamed up ahead, but so far I saw nothing at all. Then I heard it. Drip, drip, drip. The unmistakable sound of liquid. I came to a complete stop, pulling the walkie-talkie from my belt. I pressed the button and radioed my supervisor. I thought you said they turned off the water. A few seconds later, he responded. They did. It's funny how like a water slide seems like such a fanciful kind of free thing until there's no water in it and now it's just a creepy little tunnel.
Just a creepy little tube.
And you have a flashlight beaming down that bad boy.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah,
for
it's all
danger.
creepy if you think about it.
Maybe.
Stay out of strange
I
dark
loosened my
holes.
palms hold on the sides of the slide and slipped down further. Drip, drip, drip. It was steady. Drip, drip, drip. What the hell? It was getting louder. I rounded the next turn. Drip, drip, drip. It was closer. Drip, drip,
Is it the girl's body?
Drip. It came faster now. I carefully rounded the last corner before the slide ran into the pool. And then I saw her.
Yes!
Oh, God.
I'm excited.
I do want to know
I'm very curious.
what the state of her is.
Yeah.
Right?
I hope it's sort of a
How did he
human
not
origami
see her when he went through the
situation.
first time?
Jesus.
I want her to be folded up.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
What shape? Like a duck?
Unicorn.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, here we go. There she was. Not on the slide. Somehow on the roof of it. I inched closer. Every part of her body was pinned to the top of the slide. If I moved any closer, I would be directly underneath her. What was left of her, anyway. I could immediately tell that no life remained in her limp body. Her big brown eyes, once filled with sparkle and nervousness from anticipation, were now completely devoid of life. Dull, bloodshot, bored. I feel like if I were to die at the hands of a slide monster, the last
would not
thing
be
my eyes
bored.
would look like is bored.
Yeah, it's fairly exciting. Not in a positive sense.
No,
It's
no.
just, wow, this is exciting.
Like
I'm
that?
being mutilated by a slide monster. More sort of a, right?
Yeah, dude. That's the look of a kid who realizes he's never going to Disneyland again. Her pale face was ghostly white.
Oh,
Her throat was
shit.
slit, causing blood to dribble steadily down onto the slide. Bile immediately rose in my throat. I couldn't look away. Drip, drip, drip went her blood. But what shocked me most was the strange smile that curved on her lips. It was unnatural, unhuman. I inched forward, and I carefully reached out my hand, trying to figure out how her body was possibly sticking to the roof of the slide like that. As soon as my fingers grazed her forehead, a scream escaped her smiling lips, and she plummeted, face first, directly in front of me. I gasped. My supervisor's voice crackled over the walkie-talkie, but I didn't listen. I watched as Lily slid down the rest of the slide. I swear that before she rounded the final corner, I saw her pick up her head and smile up at me. Her cold, dead eyes remained lifeless as that devilish smile grew wider and wider.
Imagine her just dead eyes, big smile.
Yeah,
Righteous.
I heard the slap of her body as she
Cowabunga,
hit the
bre.
drained pool's hard cement. The horrified screams followed. I could not bring myself to move an inch. It felt like hours before I gathered the energy to move myself down the slide. After emerging bloodied and terrified, I saw Savannah at the pool's edge. She was crying, and for the first time, I realized that I was too. She wrapped her arms around me, frantically describing the state of the child. I couldn't bring myself to tell her what I had just experienced. That would be the last time I spoke to her. Ocean Meadows closed down for the rest of the season. And the next summer, Ocean Meadows shut down for good. I never once told anyone what I saw, not the police who questioned me that day, nor my friends or family. I didn't want people to know that I felt completely responsible for what happened to Lily. I told her the monster she was petrified of couldn't hurt her. I lured her into the whirlwind, and that's where she died, alone
Damn.
and scared because of me. So,
Damn.
are you scared?
Fuck yeah.
By the way,
Fuck yeah.
Not his fault.
no, I think if you
Not
sent
completely
a
his
child
fault.
inadvertently into
100%.
the mouth of a slide monster,
Yeah.
I don't think that one's on you.
Also, like,
You're allowed to feel
she was
guilty.
smiling.
Yeah.
You know, maybe.
Time
she
of her
was having a good
life?
time.
Maybe she slid off into Valhalla. Well, good on you, Cassidy. That was a disturbing story. I guess you hate water parks.
Or they love water parks. Want to keep people out.
That's a good.
those lines
That's
low,
good.
you know
Keep
what I'm
those
saying?
lines low. No, that's nice.
Plenty of
Yeah.
tubes available on that lazy river.
Well, that does it for this episode of Are You Scared? As always, we wrap these up neat and nice.
I'm trying to think of a good water pun. Wet dreams. No, that's not. I don't know, man.
Well, let's just slide on out of here. How about
Yeah, that sounds good. Bye.
Whoa!
Oh, there he goes. Oh, Jesus Christ!
What the fuck? Oh shit! All right, that was so fucked up. So much fun all at the same time. All right, I really enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I did. And if you did, please go down there, leave a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. While you're down there, if you want, go on over and slap that subscribe button. Become part of the Build for 1,000 Nation. We do some crazy stuff here. If you want to know when that crazy stuff happens, ding that bell. It might work for you. It might not. It probably won't. But if it do, jump in on one of my premieres, get over into live chat and be like, hey, Bill, you know something? I was sitting at SeaWorld when this I turned around and left. Oh shit. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Damn. I'm never going on another water slide. That's for damn sure. Got me fucked up, bro. It ain't happening.